Ladies and gentlemen, and all in between, all hail the asshole season has officially commenced. Yes, if you are seeing this, if you are looking in your computer screen, you see me, that means BT done made the best, worst decision of their life and gave me a show. This is the first episode of I'll Apologize Later, where you get a first-hand look at all my debauchery, all of my terrible but articulate hot takes, and where you just get to see my problematic ways displayed best. What will we be talking about on the show? Everything that's gonna piss you off. Everything. I keep telling y'all, BT done f***ed up. I mean, somewhere around here they gonna put that disclaimer. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm going to go out of my way to make sure they know just how bad of a great decision they made. All right? We're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about Adrian Broner getting a chain snatch. We're gonna talk about DJ Khaled being vegan, and we're also gonna talk about the University of Florida. They f***ing up, y'all. But before we get into that, I got my man, my good brother with me. Before I introduce him, though, because I'm here, understand, if you get pissed off, if your feelings get hurt, if you made to feel any sort of kind of way, just understand, I'll apologize later. Now, get into our guest, the very first guest, the inaugural guest on I'll Apologize Later, my brother, Mack Wild.
Yo. What's going on, brother?
That was, we was feeling real Busta Rhymes today?
It felt,
Yo.
yeah. It felt a little bit.
We're a little too New York. You know, a little too New York today.
Sorry.
Look
my
at
bad.
this, bro. You see this?
I love it.
Bro, look at what I'm
actually
doing out
love
here,
it,
son.
man. You got some fresh butters.
You got the fresh butters. You know, this is gonna be my joint where everybody got signed it. So after the show, you got to sign these joints. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah, they BT that fucking right. Yo, son, damn, let me.
Hold on. Who do I talk to about this? Somebody has to listen. You guys understand
What you
don't. Why did you give this man a mic? Who gave?
But Mack, you ready to get in some trouble?
Of
Ready
course,
to piss some people
let's
off with
do it.
me?
I mean, we
Bruh,
do it all the
this is the
time.
first episode, bro.
Oh man, why? First off, why did you give him a mic? Second, why am I on the first show? You understand what we have to reach an ignorance level of like 12, just so everybody understands where we have to be for this entire show.
If y'all thought Mack Wilds was anything but what I'm about to show you who he is, you've been sadly mistaken. Let's talk about Adrian Broner. I know it's your guy. You've kicked it with him a few times.
Yes.
AB, all about billions.
Uh-huh.
Also, on his ass a lot. On his ass. Like, he loves getting knocked out.
Well, I don't know if he loves getting knocked out.
Nah, the way he got knocked out, he loves getting knocked out.
He seems like he. I don't know if he can take a punch as well anymore.
No. I don't think that nigga work on that. Can you work on taking a punch?
Yeah.
I've got knocked out a few times in the hood, but like,
it's you never know when it's gonna happen.
Damn, like, niggas you gotta hit me like twice. Maidana hit him. He wab do. No,
drop it like it's hot.
I said wap. No, but so over the weekend he was kicking it with YFN Lucci.
Okay.
And his people.
Yeah.
And they all on Instagram as the weirdos do. I don't understand why you in the club and there's beautiful women or men if that's what you're into, and everybody's around and you could get into felonious activities and you'd rather be on Instagram showing that you were other. That's very weird. I want y'all to stop that. The culture doesn't appreciate that. Yeah. That's weird. But yeah, as the weirdos do, he's on there and they're showing off, and he's with a guy named YFN Puerto Rico Red. Weird names. A lot of weird names with this guy. And the very next snap is the YFN Puerto Rico Red with the chain talking about, this is my chain. I want $1 million to get it back.
That's crazy. I'll say this. I know the whole team, the whole YFN team. Like shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to Lucci. With everything that's going on with that whole squad, because I know them. It's hard to front around a lot of real life hood.
Yeah.
To be that stunt-tastic in front of a lot of hood, like these from the gutter. Like
Free Tax Stone. Tax Stone once said, stop drinking champagne around beer sippers. You can't keep coming around wolves with no steak.
Yo, this is what I'm saying.
You feel what I'm saying? You can't have a steak and
think
you just around everybody who hungry.
Exactly. So again, what I'll say with that is, he just probably got caught up in an unfortunate situation.
Well, you should have been quicker than that.
Should have been quicker than
that. Also, the University of Florida, the UF is up.
I've been hearing about this, but I don't know the whole story.
So the University of Florida, I guess that's college.
Yes.
I'm a high school dropout for those who don't know, so
Yes,
I don't know too much
is.
about
He is.
colleges. I know HBCUs, and that's about it. Moving on.
Mhm.
So they had their graduation ceremony, and all the white kids that went up, they did their little shook, did their
Yeah.
thing. Nobody said nothing to them. When the black kids got called up and they did their little pose, because we black, we extra.
Of course, we got to be.
Gotta hit the
Bang.
yeah. Hit your boom, hit the folk.
Hey.
So when they was doing that, some white teachers start like literally grabbing them and moving them to the point where like he grabbed one of the girls. I guess she was one of the sororities, one of the deltas or something. She went to throw up her set.
Oh, nah.
They-
See,
yeah, grabbed
you
up.
can't do that to us, man. You can't. Nah. It's not right.
Yo, these kids are about to spend the next 30 years paying $17.99 a month on this bullshit ass degree. The least they could do is come up there, because you got to remember, as black people, you don't graduate. The whole family don't graduate.
This is what I'm saying.
That graduated for me. I don't even know.
All of a sudden, I got a degree in psychology. I've never been to a class.
Never once. Yo, every time one of my friends get a degree, I be telling people like, yeah, I'm a little educated in marketing.
I know.
I got a little marketing background.
I talk right. Come on, son. That's wrong. Yo, U of F, you gotta do better.
Yeah, y'all,
You gotta do
University
better.
of Florida. Out of here. Out of here. FOH. That's the new
FOH.
FOHUF. That's how I feel about that. Last but not least, your man Khaled. I know this is your guy. He gave you the jersey at the Rock Nation concert.
Yeah, my man Khaled.
This is your man.
Yeah,
And so an old interview surfaced.
I see that. Yeah,
He's talking about he a vegan. And when I mean vegan, I mean he don't eat.
Yeah,
I don't want y'all to think
not.
that he was really vegan.
He does not.
He don't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I do though.
The craziest thing is that the interview wasn't even that old. The interview was like 2 years ago. It was like 2-3 years ago.
Nah, hell no. It had to be longer than that, bro.
I'm telling you, it was like 2-3 years ago. Because I remember the interview.
Okay, fair enough.
I remember the
Fair
interview.
enough.
I was like,
Hey,
on Breakfast Club.
Out of the two of us, who's been on the Breakfast Club the most? It's you.
Got it.
Definitely.
Yep. But yeah, man, he it's fun. I think it. I mean, listen. However you feeling, fam. If that's what you do, that's what you do. And it's not stopping me from eating. But if that's what you do, fam, that's what you do. Bro, my last ex-girlfriends were made off of me eating.
My last ex-girlfriends. All right, man.
I'm just saying.
All right, man. Way to stun
Just
on.
saying.
I'll apologize
Just saying.
later, man.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
That's the way we get out of here on that, man. Get out of here on that. Well, that was, listen, if y'all feel any sort of kind of way, if y'all are offended or y'all want to weigh in, I don't give a but you can hit at BT Networks, and you can follow me at Mouse Jones, and maybe I might respond or retweet or block you.
If you say something ignorant, he'll respond.
If you say something ignorant, I'll definitely respond.
Yeah.
So what I want to make sure I do here is I make sure every week that I give you balance. Because life is all about water, balance, and Jay-Z lyrics.
Yes.
So
Yes.
As much ignorance as we're going to give you, because we're going to give you an abundance of ignorance.
It's going to be a lot.
It's going to be a lot. I want to make sure I give you something to hold on to, and something that you might not have been aware of, but needs to have some light shed on it in our culture. This week is going to be Centoya Brown, who's been in prison for 13 years for shooting and killing a man who picked her up while she was being sex trafficked as a teen. Brown was only 16 when she killed the 43-year-old child predator and was sentenced to life in prison.
Jesus.
Last year, the case started to gain more attention when stars like Rihanna, LeBron James, Snoop Dogg, and more posted in support of her getting out of prison. Well, this week, it was announced that Brown is getting a clemency hearing in a couple of weeks and a chance to get out. That's happening on May 23rd. So after the hearing, the Tennessee Parole Board can recommend that she's released from prison, but ultimately, it's on the governor to decide. Far too often, I speak about it to no one, far too often our black girls get lost, and that's bullshit, because if this was a white girl, she'd be hailed a hero. She'd have a Lifetime movie. She'd have a Fox deal. She'd be a speaking head. She'd be a pundit. She'd be talking about Black Lives Matter shit. Whole bunch of shit nobody asked her about. So we need to make sure we rally behind us. If we seen what we could do, or we at least seen what it took to get Meek out. It took every black person in the world and all the celebrities to get Meek out.
Yeah.
So, if we, start giving the same energy to our young black girls who's lost in the system, especially somebody like Centoya. Come on. She was sex trafficked as a kid. You feel what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like, nah, we're not going to do that. So, Tennessee, get your shit together. Get this young girl out of here so she can get her life back.
Yeah, please, again, make sure you guys reach out to especially the governor and things like that, things of that nature, because a lot of times in places like Tennessee and places below the Bible Belt, they're still kind of stuck in their ways, especially with their mindset. So the main thing that we can do is reach out, make sure that that our voices are heard. We have social media for a reason, so everybody use their platforms in every single way, so that we can make this, we could actually make something of what we do instead of just tweeting about Black Panther and $200 dates. Like, come on, son.
When was the last time you went on $200 date?
Don't ask me that question.
Okay. All right.
I was actually with these twins, and
so it was $100 a piece?
Yeah. It was a good time.
But we get into the next thing. I like to call this track or trash. So, Mac, you got to help me out with this.
Okay.
So track and trash is just like we do in the car, right? We be in the whip and we give a song the car.
We just be listening. Yeah.
Like, yo, this shit hot? Like, what's up?
It's more like Mouse saying, yo, this shit is whack. And me being like, nah, but yo, this shit is whack. It's very rare that you find a song that Mouse Jones extremely likes. And if he likes it, he stands for it.
Yes. He's talking about all things made by Jay-Z, all things made by Beyonce, all things made by Wale.
Yep.
Shout
out to bro.
Kendrick.
K-Dot.
SZA.
Mm-hmm.
Love her. Saba.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Jones. If Jim Jones drops the record, it's fire. Don't ask me again. All right? One Eye, Goonies, Zoom in.
All day.
Greatest ad-libs in the game. But yeah, so this week on the first track of trash, we got some garbage. Now we got Post Malone featuring Nicki Minaj, Ball for Me. This is called Ball for Me. So we're gonna get into this. Let's hear how this sounds. See what you guys think about it.
Gotta hit him on the jack. When you coming back, where's you at on the map? Everything is intact. Could have been a seamstress, still wouldn't cut him slack. Pretty much, I got a clue.
And on that note,
hey.
Even if I was a seamstress, I wouldn't cut him any slack. This sounded like a Nicki Minaj song featuring Post Malone.
It did. There's records that he dropped that a lot of people don't know about.
Well, they should stay that way. I wish all his records was records we didn't know about.
You are a horrible person.
I hate this guy.
But again, I think his shit is fire. This
song is not
that's
good.
That's not my favorite.
She raps like she used to dress. It was terrible.
Listen.
You remember like the leotard?
I remember.
You remember the leopard Frankenstein wigs? I remember this shit. That is now how she sounds on record.
Cause she was fire. She used to, like, I still think, hold on, look. You know what her redeeming quality is for me at all times? Her verse on Monster. She always has that.
Y'all be dragging it.
She always has that.
That verse wasn't that fire, son.
It was fire,
That verse wasn't that fire.
Boy, she got on a record and came up.
You about to lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
You about to lie.
She didn't bar up harder than Hove, but her presence on the record was stronger than anybody's presence on that joint. That you still got me, ma. I need a song though.
Oh, okay.
I need a record.
So you wasn't feeling Chun-Li?
Chun-Li is cool. Chun-Li is cool.
Lara's Bencroft?
Do we have another song?
Okay. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know if y'all keeping that same energy, man. But track and trash, y'all let us know what you think. Barbies, I don't care. Y'all can't beat me. Harajuku Kins, I slap shit out of one of y'all. Don't play with me. I'm trying to also think. Anybody else? What do Post Malone's fans call them? Oh, right. Don't y'all either. So you know my favorite quote. Keep that same energy.
Yeah.
You know I love when we force men to be men.
You got to.
And you force them to keep their same energy.
You got to. That's what I feel like. That's the perfect name for this season right now. It's keep that same energy season.
So now we need you to keep that same energy.
Talk to me.
Okay. So I don't know where it's gonna pop up because I'm not technologically sound.
Okay.
But I have a picture off your Instagram.
Yep.
Of a young you.
Yep.
surrounded by 2 white women
Yes.
at a
At
Playboy Bunny
yeah,
party.
Playboy Mansion. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna ask you: are you keeping that same energy? Do you still hate black women?
I actually love black women. I enjoy all women. You're talking to a kid that was on The Wire and on 90210, so I can't.
I ain't never seen you in no picture with 2 black women like that.
Yes, you have.
But the
I'm about to say,
the
Mouse.
whites.
Mouse, you've definitely seen me in pictures with 2 black women like that. Oh man, yes you have. If anybody in here has seen me in pictures with 2 black women, it's you, brother.
Explain the picture though. Like, this is a dope picture. How old were you?
I was we shot that when I was probably like 21, 22.
21.
Yeah, I was 22 years old, and 90210 rented out the Playboy Mansion for the day, and I guess the episode was like, I guess some of the characters got invited to like some party at the Playboy Mansion, and Hugh was actually there, and
still
they
alive.
actually had some of the Playboy bunnies there, and I was like, why not take a picture with these bunnies?
Cool. You've kept that same energy.
Always.
This guy's good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my friend Mack Wilds. My friend, my brother. This is my guy. Keep that same energy.
Exactly.
Yo, but what's going on with you though, bro? Like, what's
good,
going on?
man.
You got you just came back from LA.
We did.
Shot the movie out there
Shot the
that you
movie
was
in
talking
Atlanta.
about.
Shot the movie in
Oh,
Atlanta.
in Atlanta.
Yeah, we shot it in Atlanta. Did it for 2.
What's the movie about?
So, the movie is basically about this young man
Mhm.
who has been down in the dumps for a few years, and it's like, I guess with all of the depression and everything, he decides to go home and make himself one last meal. And
Like one last meal? Like
one last meal.
Holy shit, man.
And in the midst of making that meal, his ex-wife shows up.
His ex-wife shows up.
Yeah.
What's she doing? She forgot something?
No,
Gotta watch
she
the
shows
movie,
up.
right?
Yeah, you gotta watch the movie. It's called Dinner for 2.
So, obviously dealing with suicide.
Yes.
And it is mental health awareness
It
month.
is.
How important is it that black men take, accountability for our mental health and start really putting an initiative to like get better?
It's horrible because we come from a generation or just a culture who thinks that, who looks down upon mental health. Not necessarily looks down, but they don't fully understand it or grasp the importance or how much of a figure it actually is in living, especially in our society. We're given so much information and we see so much, especially at a young age, that a lot of us become desensitized, or we deal with things that we honestly don't even know how to deal with.
What does taking accountability and what does taking initiative over your mental health, what does that look like for us as black men?
Man, it could be it could be a number of things. For me, I have to go to therapy. I'm a very strong advocate for therapy. Everybody needs somebody to talk to and not just the world. I'm sorry, Kanye. It doesn't work like that.
Don't work like that.
I think everybody needs somebody that they can talk to or somebody that understands how the mind works. Mm-hmm. And how to help you unpack certain things that you probably didn't even know that you were carrying. Meditation, I meditate a lot too. Yeah, which always helps. Keeps your head
meditate
clear.
over the.
That too.
Okay.
I mean, a strong sexual,
appetite.
Appetite.
There you go.
Appetite actually helps with mental as well. If honestly, if you really think about it,
my head be so cloudy, son, and I be like, just so much shit run through my head. Then
the endorphins and the serotonin that runs through your body after you bust a nut, you good money.
Mac, man, you are not as ain't shit as I know you to be.
Thank you, bro.
There's layers to you, man.
There are. I'm like an onion, bro. You just gotta peel them back. Peel back the layers.
I'm like an onion. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, please don't.
I was gonna do it, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yep.
But yeah. So everybody, make sure they check that movie out when it comes out.
Yes, it should be coming out at the end of the summer.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is Hold That L. So the graphics probably somewhere under here. Nope, It's not. All right. Pigeon Toe Pete telling me it's not.
We'll figure
it out.
Yeah.
I'm not good with this. Told you, dropped out of high school. But yeah, Hold That L. So this is a segment where I get to talk about who I feel took the L this week. I had a really good one. It was super deep. It was super like introspective. It was like not even a person. It was a thing. Shit was gonna be dope, right?
And what happened?
Then I'll get on Instagram and I see 50 Cent's Instagram and I see A$AP Rocky dressed like a baby mother. A$AP Rocky has a tendency to dress like baby mothers. He dressed like he had the Gucci. I guess it was for the Dapper Dan joint.
Yes.
Which the garments themselves are very fire.
Oh yeah.
And we know A$AP gets busy when it comes to this dressing
Always.
shit. But whenever you dress that good, you're always gonna take some L's. So this week you're holding the L because you dressed like a college student that was a woman that goes to Spelman. That's what you dressed like. I get it. The Gucci bag, super nice. Probably more expensive than my whole life. But doesn't change the fact that I want to carry your books when I seen it.
You're a yo.
Yo, 50 said I told her to get the strap. He would have got the bag. But no, they had a very good bid because A$AP's from Harlem, so they got some jokes. They some funny. They can't read.
They are funny.
Yeah, Harlem can't read well, so that's all that really boils down to. The culture, reading culture wasn't too prevalent in Harlem. It was all about I'm get the merm, I'm gonna get these trues.
Wow,
it looked like it was Pleasant Delta.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, and then he had like the natural braids, so it looked like he was like fresh out of breakup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to, this is one of those moments where I want to ask somebody like, yo, is this your man's? But I can't.
It's your
man's.
man's.
It's my man's.
You seen the fit?
I did see the fit.
What'd you think about it?
Rocky.
When you talk like, Rocky.
Nah, you know what? You gotta listen. Rocky is on some whole other level shit that I'll never even come close to. Even if I stopped everything that I was doing and decided to become the biggest fashion, Rocky is on a level that I would never even be able to attain of fashion.
That's a fact. His eye is different. You gotta respect the eye.
So so even if I wanted to try to front and say something and joke and all of that, I can't because I don't even have the eye to say the right joke. Like I would like, you fly. I mean,
look at you
fly ass like shit.
Well dressing ass.
God damn.
If y'all agree with me, let me know below. That is all we have time for. This is all I have time. This is all. I hope y'all been thoroughly pissed off this week.
Mm-hmm.
Hope y'all tune in next week. If you don't, you better. Or
we gonna send Pigeon Toe Pete after your ass.
Yeah, you don't want Pigeon Toe Pete because you can't run from him.
You can't.
You can't run. He gonna make you run in a circle. Then go like another left. No, I'm playing. But before I get out of here, make sure you subscribe to the BT Network's YouTube page for more and follow me at Mouse_Jones.
Yep.
Don't get at me. Don't DM me nudes. But don't get at me. I don't care about nothing y'all gonna say. I don't care about your opinions. I said what I said. But yeah. But make sure you also follow at BT on all social platforms to complain about everything I just said.
Yep.
And if I've upset you, I promise I will say sorry next week. Or will I? It's been your boy Mouse Jones, and this was the first episode of I'll Apologize Later. Boom, boom, boom.